It's time. And we're here. Everything is recording. We are live. We're good. The podcast is starting. Tats, welcome back. You know that you're one of the most returned guests, I realized. I think you've been on for a while. I've had you in and even when I moved, same thing. You were at the old studio, the new studio. Really? Yeah.
I'm here once a year.
I don't know. Oh yeah, grab the mic. What am I doing? Grab the mic. Oh. We keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know if you're. I don't know.
I haven't been on stage in a while.
If you're a fan favorite, but you're definitely a Pantelis favorite. It's good to have you around.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, because even with Was last time you came.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I came I'm thinking of 3 times.
3 times was the bonus episode. I mean, you're up there. I think you, Mike Mayo, you're up there with the people who have come on the most.
Oh.
It's an award that gives you nothing, but
it gives me pride.
It gives you internet clout.
Yeah, sure.
So, how's your week been?
Good. Still juicing.
Yeah. For those of you who aren't on Patreon, this is a Patreon exclusive episode that she talked about how she was juicing, and she informed us.
AKA, I'm on roids.
Not steroids.
No. Not a juice diet, though, not to be confused, because I see there's like fads going on.
You're not on a diet, you.
Huh?
You're not on a diet. You just eat what you eat and you fucking work out, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. I must say, I must have good genetics, because even if I'm not super careful, like I don't really gain weight and stuff. So, sorry.
Yeah.
Me, it's instant. I'll slip a bit, and I see the tummy already just protrude a bit.
This guy takes a good look at a piece of cake and he needs to buy new clothes.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
Yeah. Depends on your metabolism too. I mean, it's like genetics.
Yeah. The plus side on that is whenever I go to the gym and I want to bulk up, it's also very fast.
He does bulk up
good.
fast. That's true. Yeah.
So
That's
there's
good.
pros and cons.
Just like OnlyFans.
Do you do diets?
So, what?
Do you do diets or?
Yeah, the seafood diet.
Oh.
Yeah, he sees food and he's.
I
I love how me and her both look at you like,
I've been waiting to use it.
2012 meme.
Yeah, I've been waiting to use it for how long? Since you were 8? How long have you been waiting to use that for?
Well, you gotta wait till it comes, right? You can't just force it.
Look, tell us. We only started recording now.
Yeah.
Because you told us you have OnlyFans exclusive information, and we want to know it.
Well, it's not exclusive. It was an article that I read.
Yeah. First of all, the fact that you can read, everyone's impressed.
Fucking grade 5 education.
Yeah.
So a lot of because due to COVID, the amount of girls creating OnlyFans has spiked enormously. Right. Before, people thought it was reserved mainly for porn stars.
Yeah. How old is it, by the way? Because I've discovered it recently.
Yeah, I only heard about it this year.
I think,
or maybe
2
the end of
years.
last.
2 years, maybe.
It can't be that old. No. I mean, it could be 2 years, but it can be super much older. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. And a lot of the girls, what they do is because they've lost their main source of income, which is a job. A lot of them,
we didn't understand that they lost their main source of income, which is a job.
And they have careers and other stuff and degrees and shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of girls will post stuff, basically what Instagram models post, but a little more tasteful, a little more flirty, and they've basically replaced or doubled their income from work.
And this is without nudes, is what you're trying to tell people.
Yes, without nudes, and they do it because, like, obviously, in their head they're thinking like, okay, when this is over, I still want to go back to my career.
I can't have my pussy out there.
You know what I mean?
That sounds like a stripper thing to say, because it's like you'll start being a stripper because whatever. I know I have information.
Do tell.
I like this information.
Friends. Okay.
Oh, really?
And yep.
We have stripper friends. We have hooker friends. What are you talking? Why are you surprised?
No, but the more the merrier.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm building a stable.
There's never too many. But it's like you'll start doing that, and it's anything that you get fast money from.
Yeah.
It's so hard to come out of. Like.
Yeah, because why would you work 50 hours for something that you could make in 4?
Exactly. Like my friend's been doing that since we're out of high school.
OnlyFans or stripping?
Stripping.
Okay.
Yeah, because OnlyFans was.
That's why I was like, when did you get out of high school? We got a problem.
Again, just a little to pause. These girls will replace their yearly salary, but they'll make that on OnlyFans, but they've made it for the year.
Right.
So they haven't replaced their salary in like a month, you know, so to say, like some other girls have to decide to go full, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. But
they're still, instead of going to work every day, they're just posting, not even nudes is what you're telling me.
Not full nudes, yeah.
I thought OnlyFans, I misunderstood, was just for nudes.
I thought the same thing, but Amanda Cerny is on there too.
Who you hate? Got you deleted off Twitter?
No, I don't hate her.
Instagram, sorry. His first Instagram account got deleted, permanently suspended from Instagram. He had to create another one years ago because he attacked Amanda Cerny in a post.
I didn't attack her.
She's a online influencer model or whatever, and that was right when she started blowing up. Yeah. And so they were protecting their influencers on Instagram back then.
Right.
So they just deleted his account.
Did you attack her?
I didn't attack her. I made a joke.
You called her a whore.
Yeah, but it was a joke. But the thing is, I realized
that's what I deal with. This is the level of intellect I deal with.
Right.
But he calls a stranger a whore. He's like, but it was a joke,
no,
bro.
But I thought people would have gotten it because she was dressed like a mermaid, and I referred to Ariel the movie. Mm-hmm. And I referred to
the Little Mermaid movie.
The Little Mermaid movie, yeah. Sebastian looking for a crab. I referred to a lobster. I referred to a lobster looking for her. So I thought, you know, it was pretty obvious. You know, it's
like, why is your whole ass allowed to be out? Where's the lobster? Whatever the fuck the lobster's name is.
And then Triton's looking for you. Like, these aren't real characters.
I know, but you still called her a whore that they're looking out for. So even though you're referencing her entourage as being lobsters and fish, you still called her a mermaid whore.
Which I guess is better than a regular whore.
They swim. They got
way better.
I don't think you should have got suspended for it. Either way, it was stupid.
I don't get it. You said like guys are like the fish that look at her.
No. Because she was on a beach and she was wearing this mermaid outfit.
Who let your whole ass get out of the beach? Where's Sebastian to bring you back home? Like the equivalent would have been like if he sees one of your postings, like, why is your whole ass at the gym? Why isn't Wasim grabbing you, bringing like shit like that? Yeah. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, bro. Like either way, I don't think you should have got suspended.
I mean, maybe not suspended, but
blocked
I would have
from
deleted the comment or blocked.
Yeah, suspended was a bit excessive because people tell me worse shit and they don't get suspended.
But it was a joke.
But it was a joke, bro. But either way,
but I've been learning to kind of filter myself.
So she doesn't post nudes.
No.
Just like ass shots and working out and stuff.
Yeah, you know, the usual stuff she does. She basically does what she does on Instagram, just a little more flirty. Like she'll give a look to the camera, like, you know,
exclusive stare.
You know,
I wonder if there's. I guess if you're a big influencer, there must be money in just doing that.
For sure.
Do you think for regular girls, there's money in no nudes?
Of course, but not lucrative money.
Okay.
We're not talking about lucrative amounts of money here. We're talking about
unless you build a following on OnlyFans exclusively, like you start an OnlyFans and then
you become that. Like
I guess.
Can you? Does OnlyFans help you grow? Don't you have to know the name, or is there a homepage where you see everybody?
Yeah, there are suggestions.
Oh, I didn't know this.
But
okay, so you could.
Yeah, you could grow.
But the suggestions that I've seen are only top tier accounts.
Okay, they suggest,
so they're already
established.
You're kind of lost in the sea of fish.
They're not going to suggest Jessica from down the road.
It basically the girl next door. Yeah, they're going to suggest Amanda Cerny. Well, with a name like that, fuck Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica is just it's a shitty name.
It sounds annoying. It sounds like the person is annoying to begin with. Jessica.
Yeah.
Don't you find?
When I
never thought about it.
Fun fact, maybe not that interesting, but fun for me. When I was in elementary school, me and my friend had this play pretend like little book, and we made this mean girl character named Jessica, and it was like with a capital K because it was Jessica, and
So you guys just hated the name Jessica.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's where my hatred comes from.
Hatred that you made up. You created this enemy.
Yeah, you could have went a step further and added 3 capital Ks. That would have been really intense.
Yeah, Jessica, she just hates black guys. Yeah. Why do you spell your name with 3 Ks? Oh, we have our reasons. It's a nice family.
You know what? Speaking of KKK, I just watched a movie, Black Klansman.
Oh, we've seen that. We talked about it like a month and a half ago or something. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed.
No?
I was like, I don't see
You do hate minorities that are visible. So that doesn't.
So
no. You just didn't like the flow of it. What I liked, what's his name, Adam Driver, because I had never seen him in anything other than Star Wars. Yeah. So I enjoyed that. I liked him. I laughed a lot in the movie. There was a little scenes, and I just liked the dynamic of like the clan and him going in and not knowing who it is. I enjoyed the movie. I liked it.
I just thought I liked the actors. I think the actors were good. I think it was, first of all, the soundtrack was always the same. It was kind of annoying. It sounded like a 90s sci-fi. I know it's supposed
80s.
to be like, 80s, whatever.
It was 80s? No.
But,
no.
Wait.
No, it was in the 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But the soundtrack was like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
That's a good point, though. If they didn't, I don't remember what they used, but if they don't use the 70s soundtrack, if they use like 90s stuff,
To me, it sounded like 90s sci-fi movie.
I don't like
know.
that. I don't like that.
But
no, it was 70s.
I feel like it could be.
Anyways, I want to hear.
Sorry, it's a detail.
And,
Sorry, it's a minute detail.
I don't know. I just feel like the storyline was all over the place.
It was a bit all over the place. Like at the end,
It's like, oh, I just came into this job. By the way, I'm gonna go undercover in the KKK. Like, wait, there's no build up. Like, there's no.
you mean for the black guy?
Yeah.
Well, the black guy, it's because they didn't want him. How did the black guy get on the phone? I don't remember.
I think he just found a phone number in a newspaper, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna call, and hey, I'm white. Also, I meet the white guy who doesn't have the same voice, but like, oh yeah, I have allergies. Like,
Look, the voice
it's
thing.
a bit, I don't know.
I'll go with you. The voice thing, I did comment on that too. I was like, well, who falls for it? Like, if you hear me
Yeah.
now on the podcast,
Yeah.
let's say audio, you've never seen the video, and then in real life he pretends he's me, you should be able to tell us apart, like the voice wise, right? It was a
Yeah.
completely different voice.
And the white guy was available. Like,
Why didn't he do the
why
voice?
didn't he do?
Yeah, apparently he didn't have the same skills, like the gift of gab. Like he was good on the mic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like, look, me and him.
Gotta be good on the mic.
He's not good on the mic. So you're gonna let me recite
Yeah.
a little bit of Timothy White. But okay, you know what? Sustained. I'm with you on those critiques. They're correct
you.
critiques.
I think the storyline had a lot more potential than what came out.
I'm with you. Okay, that's not. You didn't say anything bad. That's all valid. All valid concerns. Then again, a lot of movies now, there's not a lot of depth to them.
Yeah.
They're very face value.
That's true. Because I've been watching also a lot of old movies. Like I watched Sea of Love yesterday.
Okay,
Very good movie. I enjoyed it.
Never heard of it.
is that Poseidon related? Sea of Love.
It's about an undercover cop who no, it's about a detective who goes
He's not undercover.
who tries to catch a killer,
Okay.
and the killer is supposedly a woman.
Supposedly, who told
Well,
you
look,
this?
I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but Sea of Love, it's on Netflix. Very good. I
So
recommend.
they assume it's a woman.
It's with Al Pacino, yes. And one of the supposed suspects, he falls in love with her, ends up banging her and everything. It's a wild story, and there's a plot twist at the end where she's not really the killer and everything. But it ends very nice. And
I like how you told us you're not going to ruin the movie and then proceeded
What do you
to
mean?
With
ruin
plot
every
twist?
plot point. Yeah, there's a plot twist. He's banging. Like, you decided to be like, look, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the movie, but listen to what happens in this movie. Like, that's what you just did. You
shit.
didn't realize that?
Yeah, I just realized it. Fuck.
You ever seen Star Wars? No, I don't know what it's about. This guy, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, bro, you're going to find, there's this twist, bro, where you find out that the bad guy's his father.
Anyway, I won't reveal what
Yeah,
happens.
I won't reveal what
but-
happens, bro.
No, but look,
How old is it?
1989.
Okay.
We had our chance
What do you mean?
to watch
to
it.
watch it.
Yeah.
But it's still worth the watch. It's with Al Pacino.
You pronounce it Al Pacino, not Al Pacino.
You mean Apache?
No, Al Pacino. Just
Apache.
one word.
Apache helicopter.
Al
bro.
Pacino.
Apache helicopter.
I haven't seen, but do you watch old, like actual 90s and 80s aren't old movies? Do you ever watch old movies? Like Casablanca?
I do want to. I can't find it.
I have it on DVD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you lend it to me?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just told you I have it on DVD. You think I said it to not lend it to you?
No, I thought you were gonna say it, and then I don't know. I have to ask first. It's the courtesy, right?
Yeah, but I offered
not
it. You said I can't find it. I said I have it on DVD.
Yeah, but
That's
you-
implied. Like, why?
Oh, it's implied.
Who does that? That's like it's late at night. You're like, oh, fuck, I lost my bus pass. I'm like, oh, I have a car. And then I just get in and leave. I'll be crazy. Who talks like that? That's insane.
I feel like I've done that.
You've done that?
No way.
There's a girl, she's like,
Maybe
I'm
not
stuck.
that lately, but
Luckily, I'm not. She leaves. You, the whole time, I know you've always had a car. Like-
I'm from Laval.
Oh, yeah, you guys have that cars. Yeah.
You have to have car. I had a scooter when I was 14.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so you always had wheels.
Yeah.
I only got a car in 2013.
Which is like, recently.
Yes.
Well, recently.
7
for
years
like
ago.
an adult.
For an adult, it's fucking, yeah.
But you're
It's,
from Montreal. Like, it's livable to.
I'm an urban kid. Yeah, we use the city.
Yeah.
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 Metro, bus, walk.
For
Other
me, just
people's
to
cars.
go to a friend's house is like a half an hour bus ride. Like, you have to 5 transfers.
Oh, yeah, us, you
It's
could
just a
walk
nightmare.
normally or take your bike or, again, the metro. At the worst case, when I lived, the furthest I ever lived from everyone, it was one metro station. So, Yeah, well, it was never bad.
Even downtown was pretty quick with bus, like the 80.
We grabbed the 80 when I was young.
the
We'd go
80.
downtown as kids.
30 minutes, you're there.
Everything was accessible to you in the city. I often wonder what my life, like mentally, how I would have been if I grew up in like actual suburbs, not like TMR where you're still in the city. I mean, like far.
Like country?
Not even country. Like let's say West Island, where there's nothing to do, and you can't walk downtown. A bus is what, an hour? Like if you don't have a car.
Oh man, I remember trying to take the bus to West Island, 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
losing my mind.
Yeah.
That's why they do drugs.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when you go in the outskirts, kids do drugs a lot because there is nothing to do. Like
they're bored.
Yeah. I mean, in the city too, but I feel like whenever I speak to someone who's from the country, it's more of a problem than a hobby.
Yeah, same. That's what I had
for
learned.
Teenagers.
When I was young, I think I learned that in high school. I think when you meet other kids from different schools or whatever. That's when I was like, fuck, man. Like I don't do drugs. How do these kids do drugs? And they're like in these classy neighborhoods far away, and it's because there's nothing to do. They're like, we got nothing to do. Because that's we had stuff. We'd go to Jerry Park or the movies. We'd do stuff.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
I learned that up north, very far up north, if they'll even sniff gasoline to get high.
Yeah, natives do that.
Yeah, natives do that also. Yeah, but that's super
smells
dangerous.
really good. I like the smell of gas.
Yeah.
I don't like the smell of gas. Like at gas stations,
Yeah,
I don't really like
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, a lot of people I know love it.
Yeah,
Hate it.
I go through a love-hate relationship with it. There are moments where I'm like, oh, this is a nice smell. And then there are moments where I'm like, what the fuck is this smell?
You ever tried drinking bleach?
casual question.
I think 2 or 3 times.
How
It's
did
very
that go?
tasty.
It's very tasty.
Put some ice, mix it up,
Yeah.
turns into a slushy.
I know
You know
that's.
what? I actually like the smell of gas better in the winter. There's something with the crisp air and the mix of gas.
Maybe.
Some people, I don't know. You probably. I never. I don't hate it. It doesn't make me puke, but I don't like the smell of gas. I don't like when at the gas station. That smell. People like. I see people get out of their cars like they like it. I don't. I mean, personally, I don't like it.
I mean, it's not to that extent because I know it's bad for you, so I'll refrain from doing that. But like, I'll
Yeah,
like just a bit of a
just a light sniff.
Yeah, I prefer not. But even glue, people sniff glue. I remember people eating glue when I was in high school.
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
The
A
weirdest.
bit old. I mean, I feel like people do that in elementary. They're like, experimenting.
Now, in high school, I remember in elementary, I remember my buddy Frank would lick the glue stick. I remember that. You remember what was the brand? The red one?
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah. And he would do this, and I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? And he's like, don't worry, it says non-toxic. And I was like, I'm not a scientist. That checks out.
You don't need any other.
Yeah, because I remember he's like, it used to be his thing. I remember Frank, and he'd be like, it's non-toxic, and I'd be like, well, I mean, that's you won the
I don't
argument.
have a rebuttal.
Yeah, that's you were. Why did I correct you, sir? Carry on.
I feel like that was the only glue brand. There was no other.
I remember Elmer's. I remember the one that you squeeze. I remember
little white.
it was
squeezy.
white. I remember a big bottle. I think it was brown or orange, the tip. But I don't remember it in school. My memory of that was at Harvey's when I had fucked up and dropped a chicken on the floor.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do because the chicken had fallen apart and I didn't want to get in trouble. So I glued the chicken back together.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah, I glued the chicken back together once. And then here's the thing. Definitely not non-toxic because it made this weird smell and it was catching. It didn't catch fire. It caught like weird fire. Like when I put it back in the rotisserie thing. It was a very bad idea. It's a very bad idea. And then like, what's up with this?
You worked at Harvey?
I worked at Harvey's.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just a customer. I was like,
No, I
feel
worked when I was
that's
in
a
high
lot of
school.
trouble to
And then the guy's like, what's up? I was like, the chicken. I dropped it. It's all fucked up, but I didn't mention the glue. He's like, don't worry, we could fix a broken chicken. I go, how? He's like, just break it up into a lot more pieces and we're going to put in the chicken soup. I was like, I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's what we're going to do with fucking Elmer's soup. And people had Elmer's soup, I remember.
Oh,
And I was like, I don't want to. He's like,
Someone had that Elmer's chicken.
oh, yeah, a lot of people had that Elmer's chicken, yeah.
R.I.P.
this is why I don't trust the soups
I was a
in
child.
restaurants.
Those people have COVID now.
Yeah, I was 15. A long time ago, yeah.
Oh.
And then when I
Was
was
that
like,
your first job?
I don't think it was my first. It was one of my first because I remember I think I was a dishwasher before that too somewhere. And then I had stopped that. But it was early 14, 13 because you're only allowed, I think, to start working at 15 legally.
Oh yeah.
So we'd work everywhere not legally when we were young. Like dishwasher, I was doing it.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. I remember that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
My first job, I think, was dishwasher. That was my first official job.
At Harvey's?
No. I guess it wasn't official, but my first job where it was like I'd be making money. It was on the table, but I'd leave the house and stuff. It was dishwasher. I remember washing dishes. And then I was like, oh, I got a real job. I work at Harvey's. A real job. And then I was 15. I worked there, I think from October to like February. And then I remember I quit. I don't remember where I went after that. But I remember quitting because they were mad at me for quitting. Yeah.
Oh.
I was very upset. I was like, well, why are you quitting? I go, it's a pretty shit job, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your first jobs, we all go for
what's
the
available.
chains.
What's available in front of us, yeah. My nephew, too, is working at McDonald's now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Apparently McDonald's is a good company to work at.
That's what I heard when I was a kid. My buddy Milton used to work there. He gained 150 fucking pounds.
No way.
Yeah, well, not 150, but he became, because he was, but then he lost it all and slimmed down after when he left there. But I remember he had gained a lot of weight because he was employee of the month almost every month, so he kept eating free food. And he would get us free food all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was February, winter, and we'd go, and when he was employee of the month, and we'd all get those big McFlurries, and he would put everything in it. So we'd be eating thousands of calories, bro, daily.
Yeah.
And that's just that. Forget the stuff he would make with like the burgers and shit.
Yeah.
Just the ice cream.
I never thought of that. There's so much opportunity with the McFlurry. Because I had a friend who worked at McDonald's when I was in high school. And we would do the same thing. Like we would go, well, our thing was like we would go clubbing illegally.
As everybody. Yeah.
And then go to McDonald's after. And then she would get her 50% off discount. And then we would make like junior chicken as a Big Mac, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy experiments.
But I never thought of a McFlurry. Actually, the ice cream machine was always broken. So.
Oh, no. Yes, it was the one here on, was it Jean Talon and Hutchison. So in Park X, so he would put like thick fudge in the bottom. He would just put all kinds of shit. The thing was full, and we were all, him, Timo, Stinky was there. We were all fucking, and it was, now that I think about it, like, Jesus Christ, that did not, we gained so much weight because of that shit. Because it was just thousands of calories a day.
Yeah.
Plus all the other shit you're eating. You're a kid. You're not thinking.
Yeah.
Because I remember Milton ballooned at one point, and we noticed. You know how you don't notice someone's getting fatter if you see them every day?
Yeah.
We noticed because we were across the street. I don't remember what it was across the street. If it was a Tim Hortons at the time, if it was a Blockbuster or something else that was across the street. But we looked at, because we were trying to wait for him to finish work, and you could see his tits because the shirt was the regular shirt he was wearing, and then he was getting bigger and bigger. So you can just see like the shadow, the point, like it was like they were trying to break out. And I remember we went across. We're like, bro, we can see your fucking tits, bro. Stop eating this shit. He's like, what? Yeah, but then in one summer, he lost all the weight. In one summer, Milton went hardcore, and he fucking looked schnazzy.
What did he do?
Exercising, salad, water, that kind of stuff.
McDonald's salad?
No more salad. No more McDonald's at all. Just he was eating better and exercised the whole summer.
God,
and just cut it off. And in 3 months, he was slimmed down. It looked great.
3 months?
Yeah, but every day though, he was sit-ups, running, working out.
Weight, did we lose?
I don't remember the number, but it was significant. It looked like a different person. He looked great. And then he kept it off.
3 months?
Yeah, if you work hard. I remember in high school, when we were younger, you could lose weight fast. Yeah. Forget idiots that wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I had friends in high school, I remember, who, I think Ted one summer, buddy Ted, I haven't seen him in years, but I think one summer he did the same thing. He went hardcore, and he came back and looked fucking schnazzy. You just have to commit. You have to be...
Yeah.
I remember when I had done boxing when I was 15.
Fucking Wasim. Do you remember when the pandemic first started, and then she got him like on a fucking regimen? I don't know what the fuck you did. When I saw him at the Nest, when we opened up comedy again,
yeah.
different person, bro. And it's not like it looked weird. Healthy. He looked fucking good, strong.
I mean, to his credit, I didn't force him to do anything. Like, he did most of that work.
Well, I thought maybe you put him on a regime. You go, this is what you're gonna do. This like a regimen. I keep saying regime.
Yeah.
Because of you, fuck.
A regime. The Third Reich.
That's what we were talking about, because he kept saying regime to me, and now it's in my head because he wanted to say regimen, and now I'm using regime also.
Yeah, because of French.
Because of French, I think that was
a regime.
Yeah, so now I'm just saying regime. People are like, the communists help you lose weight?
Actually, they could.
Oh, they could help you lose a lot. But yeah, I don't know how we got here. Oh yeah, McDonald's and eating all that shit. Yeah. So you always look for those kind of jobs. So I remember my first jobs were that when I was in high school. I had fast food jobs. I worked at a pharmacy. I worked at Jean Coutu.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Jean Coutu.
I worked at Jean Coutu, and then again, the manager there was very mad at me when I quit. He was very mad.
You were such a good employee.
I don't think I was a good employee, but I was good. I was good customer facing. Customers liked me. Like I was the first male cashier there, from what they had told me. And
making progress.
I was making progress. I broke that glass ceiling for male cashiers. They wouldn't let us. And
progressive.
When the guy was super pissed. He was an Algerian guy. He was very, very angry with me when I was leaving. He told me he's gonna make a necklace out of my teeth if he catches me outside. Yeah. He said, I had plans for you. you were supposed to become my assistant manager, and then and I was like, yeah.
I had your whole career mapped out.
Yeah, but I remember arguing with him because I go, look, if I was still sticking around here, I would have gladly become whatever the fuck you want me to become. But the thing is, this isn't a real job. This is a fucking pharmacy, and I was getting into video games at the time.
Oh.
And I was like, I want to try this. It seems interesting. I like video games. Let me get into it. And he was really angry. He said that I betrayed him because he thought we were going to be together, like taking over different Jean Couture, whatever the fuck the guy thought in his head. But I was just a kid. Like, I was 18, 17. How old was I when I did that? And then I got into video games for a couple of years. No, it was more than 18. What am I saying?
Like you were working in video games? Or?
Yeah, like at first I started in video game testing. Then I went to EA. I was working EA for years. Then I left video games. I went to app development and virtual reality. So everything I was doing before comedy was all after the pharmacies was all in like tech and cutting edge, like whatever new shit we were building. Yeah. Apps. Yeah.
I remember being into tech also in the beginning. Like when I worked at Telus, I used to get so excited when we'd get a new cell phone or a new device or a new gadget. I would go nuts. Like
you work at the booth?
No, the store. So when we'd get like a Fitbit, same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
When I'd get like a Fitbit. No, you know why I make that difference? Is because at the time it used to be an ego thing. People that worked at the booth were seen as lower than you.
Yeah.
Because they got
like in the middle of the mall as opposed to the actual retail.
Yeah, because you got stuck with the booth because you're not good enough to be in the store. So it was like,
But that's not even true because I bet you some booth people made all kinds of money because they were the only booth, right?
No, they were always stuck. There was always Kudo, Rogers. They were all always
in the same booth,
in the same vicinity. So, and a lot of times what used to piss me off about the booths was you'd see somebody literally price shop, go to the next booth, go to the next booth, go to the next booth, and then like you were like, oh motherfucker, and then you'd sit there and wait, and you'd watch your client literally get stolen from you. So you'd be like, motherfucker.
Well, you should have started off strong.
Yeah.
Do your best. Don't hold stuff back.
Well, I never worked in. I worked in one booth.
You worked in booth in Laval. Remember when I came and I had seen you one time at the mall? In Laval. You're like, what the fuck are you doing in Laval?
Yeah, weren't you doing like a car thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, what the fuck are you doing in Laval? Like, you were the mayor of Laval and you're like, can I see your papers? Who let you cross the bridge, you fucking savages? What are you doing here? We're trying to run a clean operation.
Did you pay your taxes?
Yeah. Yeah, that was when he worked there. I came there because of him. Yeah, he worked there. And I went to make fun of him.
You worked at the Telus at...
No, the Bell.
That was after this. Years later, he worked at the Bell,
Oh, okay.
Garbage. I mean, not the Bell, but like the company that ran the Bell.
Right.
Yeah, it was a fake Bell.
Communication companies are shit.
Oh, here, it's...
I used to work at Fido. And
shit?
Yeah, I mean, I worked in the call center, obviously, so...
My first video game job at VMC at the Sun Life building, Telus call center was, I think, on top of us or something.
Yeah, that was a special department that helped reps in store, I remember.
You know what's crazy is that place, I remember working there. It was so weird because it was, so me and Milton both got jobs in the beginning. Like I had applied online. They were opening up a testing place. It's so weird to think about. And we were... of the first hiring, we were like of the first 10 people or 50 people, whatever the fuck that was hired there. So everything was new. I remember we had to build a lot of like the areas, like the desks, the stuff that holds the consoles in the cages. It was so strange. I just looking back because it was like 2006 or some shit like that, 2005, 2006. And just me and Milton, it was so new for us. We're like, what is this? Like, it's a nice building. You know, it was at our own floor. We're like, they're going to pay us to play video games? This can't be fucking real. Yeah. I remember thinking it was a scam at first. I remember my first interview, they were asking me work-related questions, and then it was like, yeah, what kind of video games you like? Yeah, what's your favorite game and why? And stuff like that. And I was like, who asks that in an interview? Yeah. What do you care what my favorite game is? And I was answering, and then they liked me. And I remember that when you know what's crazy about how the world works? When I first started there, they asked me to be a test lead, and I said no, because I'm a fucking idiot. Because I never worked in that. I was like, I can't lead a team. I don't know what the fuck this is. No, I just want to be a regular tester. And then a few years later, I became a lead. I would have made more money if I had started as that. But I remember in the beginning, I was just so nervous. It's like you apply at a pharmacy, you don't know much, and like you want to be assistant manager, some shit like that. So, now I learned. You always say yes, and you learn on the job.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, I don't want to fuck things up. The guy's like, no, I think you could do it. I was like, I don't know. Let me just start at the bottom. Like an idiot. Yeah. And then years later, I ended up there anyway. So I should have just done it from the fucking beginning.
Yeah, you would have taken a massive leap.
Probably, yeah. I don't know if I would have still been in video games because I ended up leaving there anyway, going to EA. So who knows how things would have went. But it was just, it's interesting to look back at that shit. It's a whole different life. I met a lot of cool people there that I still have contact with today. Yeah.
And that's the story of Pantelis' job journey.
No, my job journey is so fucking huge and so weird, man. The shit I would get into, like so fucking weird. It's they were all like good jobs, but it was just like you learned what skills you really have in doing all these things. You know, like because I was always wondering like what would set me apart, and I figured out right before I really got into comedy that my big strength was dealing like client managing, client facing account, because that's what was bringing us in stuff. It was people like working with me. So I was like,
not necessarily in a salesperson kind of.
Yeah, not a sales, but like account management, it was perfect. Because even bad news I could deliver in a fun way. So they'd be more like, he's right. You know, like I wouldn't be like, I'm sorry, this is fuck. Because a lot of people would panic too much.
Yeah.
Or they would hide stuff. And then it would be like, well, why is this late? You told us Friday. You haven't emailed us since Friday. It's Tuesday now. Whereas me, I would tackle it head on. I'd be like, what do you think was going to happen? And the devs would be like, we can't build this. There's a bug we got to fix. They'll get it in 3 days. And they would panic. I'd be like, no panic. When do you think? 3 days? Okay. So then I'd go back and be like, look, in 5 days you can get it. This is the reason. No, this is what's happening. We're going to fix this. And I'd be all cool with it. And then I'd start another conversation about this stuff. They'd be happy. They'd had a good conversation. They'd be like, I like this guy. Yeah. And then there wouldn't be issues after. They'd take it reasonable. Because we're not we're not selling medication. No one's going to die if your fucking app is late by a couple of days. But it's the way you relay that information. So I was always honest and very, very direct. And they like that. And I developed a lot of relationships with companies that we used to work with that I still have friends now, like with CEOs of those companies that we had good relations. But I only realized it my last couple of years working. Like I saw something was happening, but I couldn't pinpoint what my skill was. Right. I thought it was in the managing, like the task side, but it wasn't that. Anybody could do that. Anybody could create a spreadsheet. Anybody could, dictate, okay, these are the tasks we got to do. Anybody could do that. That wasn't my strength. It was dealing with the people and keeping them positive when shit was negative, all that. I only realized it later. I was like, oh, fuck, that's the real skill that I have. The rest is all shit anybody could do. A monkey could do my job. It's true. Managers, most of your job, a monkey could do it. It's the skill was in people, getting the best out of them and shit and talking to them and all that. But by the time I realized that, I was already leaning towards podcasting and comedy, and I wanted to make something out of that. Yeah. So if I would ever go back, the only way I could have fun is I would have that kind of a role where I get to deal with people and manage that kind of stuff.
Look at you now.
Yeah, that's what I do. I talk to people all the time, hang out. That's keep them motivated.
And I can vouch for the positivity thing.
Yeah, I get the best out of people. Yeah. Even when I first started in video games, I remember when I was first leading a small team, we had I'm not going to name them because some of them are watch, but we had a team it was filled up of people that other people didn't want on their teams. This guy's weird. I don't like him. Fucking this guy's autistic. This guy's this. So I swear to God, the Twilight Zone we called it, I remember. And I got all the people that people just didn't want because, they're weird, this and that. And I fucking loved them. They're the best. And developed a crazy good team. Got the best out of them.
But it's true what they say then, huh? Fear not the army of lions that is led by a sheep. Fear the army of sheep that is led by a lion.
What does that have to do with anything right now?
That means that it all depends on the leader.
Yeah, it all depends. But I mean, it's just, I see what you're saying. But also everybody was young at the time. So everybody was like, I want the guy that I already know that I'm cool with or whatever. Not necessarily. Yeah, this guy's too weird for me.
Autistic guy.
Yeah,
I brought it too deep.
By the way, the autistic guy was one of the best ever to this day, from what I hear. The best ever. Yeah, just don't be mean. Be cool, because he's one of the nicest guys. You get the best out of him. He would find shit that you couldn't even, like, why did you even think of testing this? I remember. And then there was another guy, this Asian guy.
Because it seems like, I mean, I might be wrong, but from what I've seen with autistic people is that they're really able to focus on one thing.
Yeah,
which most of us lack. Like, we're all so easily distracted, and like 3/4 of us have ADD anyways.
Yeah, no, he was the best, bro. He was the best. Like, any team I would have after for any project, I didn't care. I was like, I need him on my team, and it was never an issue because nobody wanted him. Like, this guy's weird. He's probably not good. He was the fucking best. He was the best employee in there, and people didn't fucking realize. I remember I had an Asian guy. He was one of my friends I worked after at EA with him too. But I remember I would yell at him so much because he pissed me off, because he would always look for bugs that weren't really bugs. They were kind of like opinion based, And what was that fucking game that EA had made? There was 2 guys with masks that would shoot stuff.
Army of Two.
Okay.
Bro. That was a good game, by the way.
Bro, you understand? I remember this because I almost killed him. So there was like a multiplayer thing. I think it was online.
It was co-op.
It was co-op, yes. And it was kind of like a room that you have to get to the end of it, and it was like not it was like a training, but online. You know, the stuff comes up, you have to shoot them anyways. So don't I catch this guy comes? He starts writing something up. He's like, "You're gonna love this fucking bug I'm writing up." I'm like, "Oh, nice," you know. And then I go, "What's it about?" And I see the title, and it was about the sound of the wood that he was shooting. And I go, because in the beginning you start and there's like these cardboard pieces. And I go, "What's the bug? There's no sound when you hit it." He's like, "No, it's a sound." But it doesn't sound like cardboard. It sounds more like a light wood. I go, "What the fuck did you just say?" I go, "You fucking joking with me right now?" I go, "Like, it doesn't sound like rich mahogany. It sounds like this." I go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he's like, "What?" I go, "That's not a fucking bug. Stop making bugs up." And he's like, looking at me, he's like, "No, but it doesn't. Because if you shoot a bug," I go, "Have you ever shot a gun? You ever shot a gun at a fucking wall?" I go, I was just going crazy. And not that there was no sound. It just didn't sound like the right wood that you would think you'd, like, crazy shit.
Oh, God.
So, funny. So you'd get assholes like that. But he's a nice guy. It's just that he wanted to up his bug count, I guess. But I would stop that shit because developers would get pissed. You have a lot of shit to deal with. And getting bugs in, and then one guy's like, the game crashes, the other guy gets a bug. The wood doesn't sound like actual. You're like, what? It sounds like it's more of a pine, not a, like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. So I remember shit like that. So there's a lot of fun. There was a guy that took a shit in the elevator once. He got fired and he took a shit in the Sun Life elevator. And then everybody got in trouble. And I was like, why am I? I didn't even know this guy.
Like a homeless person? Or?
Well, we used to hire in the beginning over there a lot of homeless people. That was a defect. They were trying to ramp up really quick.
Right.
And so we had the initial team. And then there was a lot of cool people that grew from that and became managers and they started careers. And then the ramp up, I don't remember what the fuck happened, but I guess they tapped qualified people. So I don't know how they found them, but I do remember there was actual people that I'm like, yo, these guys are homeless. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this. I've had like a guest on, my friend Jess Abram, who came, she's a singer who came on to talk because she worked there too. And like in the beginning, there was legit homeless people that would work there. Yeah.
Legit. I mean, it's good, I guess, if they can get jobs.
Yeah, they weren't doing their job though. They weren't doing
but
their
I mean,
job.
there's toilets.
There's toilets there. It was so fucked. But the guy who took a shit in the elevator wasn't homeless, I think. He was just disgruntled because he got fired. But yeah.
So I thought that was the appropriate revenge.
Yeah, I remember the first couple of months, people were getting paychecks, full paychecks for not working. The system was so fucked up, they would let you go on a website and put in your own hours. So people would go, random people, there was too many people to manage. So what they would do is they would go, random people would put 8 hours every day. In the morning, they'd walk in, put 8 hours, and then leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, because I was the one who, like, one of the guys, I go, what do you mean? It's like, your team this and that. I was like, I never even met this guy. Who the fuck is this guy? What are you talking about? And they're like, oh, shit, we should have watched this closer. And in the beginning, all the hours were fucked up. People were,
God damn.
Yeah.
It sounds like I used to work at a survey company.
Okay.
Which, you know who worked there? Who was the supervisor there? Paul Ash. But that was like... what a small world, eh? Yeah. That was like in 2011, so I haven't done comedy yet, obviously, but I didn't know who he was. And I realized later when JC Lafontaine said that, oh yeah, Paul Ash used to work at it. I was like, what?
And anyways, then it clicked.
Yeah. And where was I going with this?
There's a survey company. People would cheat.
Huh?
People would cheat on the surveys.
Yeah.
No, it's like... oh, yeah, because we would make our own hours and stuff. That's what I was thinking about that. But we would basically call people, and let's say Scotiabank would pay that company to call people for surveys. So it's on behalf of X company. Yeah. And I remember doing this survey. It was so embarrassing. We had to ask people, how do you... what do you think is sexy in a woman?
Oh, like, get the fuck out. This is Scotiabank. Mind your business.
Yeah, but it was something, it was a company that had nothing to do with the questions that we were asking. So I don't know if they were planning on doing some kind of advertisement selling sexier things that have nothing to do, because companies do that. Like they'll show you a fucking dying orphan and like with the new Jeep, feel free. Like,
but it's just weird because it's like, what do you find sexy in a woman, and would you have a threesome? It's like, who's asking this? Yeah. Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a question that was, I'll never forget this. It was like, do you like when women roll their R's?
Rape.
Yeah.
No. I'm not gonna
And I
rape
got
you.
hung up.
I'm gonna rape you.
Roll their R's, really.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Radical.
I got hung up on because not only is it hard enough to
feels
get
fake.
people to it's hard enough to get people to answer you in the first place, then to let them know that no, this is an actual survey, and then you ask this question, they're like, all right, fuck you. I'm like,
They're like, actually, I think it's ridiculous, and they hang up on you.
Exactly. But what a weird question. And I remember this one time I called this guy. It was mostly in the States. We would call people in the States, and I was like, something like, oh, do you have time for 5 minutes to answer a survey? He's like, I'm just going to go beg my girlfriend and I'll be back. And I was like, so do I wait here?
Sir, you want me to wait? Do you need some...
Are you okay with 30 seconds? Or like...
Should I coach you from the sidelines? Or what do you need right now?
Put me on speaker.
Yeah.
Put me on speaker.
I forgot, before all that, when I was in high school, it was telemarketing. I was a telemarketer, yeah.
I had done that for a few
until I got
also.
canned for telling someone he won $1 million.
What?
Yeah. So it was a telemarketing thing. We would sell paper and ink, I think, and they had like a day shift, and then they started like a night shift. Because I remember Big Sexy. I don't know if Big Sexy worked with me, but he was there. He had other friends that worked
Is that
there
a
too.
person?
Big Sexy, yeah, is one of our friends. So
she asked that.
Well, it doesn't sound like a person.
I mean,
So I remember he had said, I think he hooked me up with the job. Like he had friends that worked there. I don't remember how I got it, but he was always around, I remember. And it was upstairs, right across Park Metro. Right across Park Metro. You know those buildings like a mosque downstairs? It was one of those buildings. And you were selling basic paper and ink, but it felt like a scam because I think the people you were selling it to, you were kind of making it seem like you're their provider normally, but you're not.
Oh, you were like the middleman.
No, you weren't really their provider. Like, let's say they're used to Staples, you kind of pretend like you're Staples.
Oh, shit.
And you sell them, but super overpriced.
So like the ghetto office.
Yeah. So I'd always feel bad for people, and like if it was like a small store and stuff, I'd be like, yeah, you don't want this or whatever. But I would fuck around a lot too, but I would sell a lot. Like it was the night shift. I was one of the kids there in the beginning, and it took me like a week to learn the ropes, and then I was just dominating. I was making crazy money for super few hours. Like I was barely doing anything, and I was just killing. I was like, fuck, this is amazing. Anyway, so one night it was an Asian guy, and he was just super rude on the phone. He was just mean. I said, hey, how's it going? And he was like really, really rude. So I don't know why I got pissed off. And I was like, nah, that's cool. And then I was telling him, you got the $1 million. Don't worry, it's $1 million. And I was trying to fuck with him. Okay. And then they called me like, you can't fuck with people and tell them they won $1 million. You're fired.
We can only fuck with them along our guidelines.
But then I remember telling the guy, I go, are you sure? Because everybody fucks around on the phone. Why am I getting in trouble? Like everyone fucks around on the phone. And then he's like, no, everyone fucks around, but they don't get caught. You got caught. And then I go, dude, people have said worse. Like at least I didn't swear at the guy. People swear at people. I was like, no, you're getting fired. And then I remember telling him, I was like, I'm like the only one making money. Like, is this a smart idea? He's like, yeah, it's good. And this was on a Friday. I think they fired me. Yeah. By next Wednesday, night shift closed down. I remember I was laughing with Nick. He's like, Jesus Christ, Big Sexy. He's like, Jesus Christ. He goes, it took a couple of days for it to shut down. Not even a week. And they had to shut it down.
Yeah.
I was making crazy money for them. I was killing it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
And then I went back years later. They called me to go back. They started up a new one where the old cop station used to be upstairs on Park Avenue. Mm-hmm. And I went with Phil. Phil needed a job that summer. And coincidentally, we were hanging out, and we both needed money. And I was like, oh, this guy told me, you want to come with me? He's like, what is that? I go, I did. It's a fucking scam. Like, we'll make some money. And Phil didn't last like a couple of days. Phil was like, fuck this shit. He didn't like it. So then Phil quit. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit too. I'm like, why are you quitting? I was like, he quit. I got nothing to do. I want to hang out with my friend. I remember quitting on him.
God damn.
I had a job. Oh, God.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Ladies first.
Oh. That's it.
I'm a gentleman.
That reminds me. We were talking about last week. We were talking about Piers Morgan and his debates and stuff. And there was a debate on if saying "ladies first" is misogynistic.
Oh God, is it finally? What's the verdict?
Well, the opinions are divided because there was this one chick. She was like, it's implying that you want something out of like it wouldn't be just being polite. It's let's say you're opening the door, it's like ladies first. Yeah. It's implying that like, oh, I'm being nice because I want something out of it.
That's absurd.
I think that's absurd.
I've never opened the door for that's insanity.
I know.
And
if anything, I would.
Now you gotta help me with my taxes. That's how this works.
Yeah.
You gotta help me with my taxes now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, did some dude open the door for her and just?
I think she was traumatized. I don't know, but I feel like I would personally be more offended if a guy opens the door and slams it right behind him, and I'm what the fuck, bro? Like, open the door. I don't have to go first necessarily, but like,
I kind of open the door for everyone regular. Like even if it's a guy, if I'm there first, I'll open and let him in.
Yeah.
So it's not a.
And even if I walk in first, because it does happen sometimes, you walk in first.
I'll hold the door open for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Unless.
Yeah.
That I'm sure that happened to a lot of people, but you know, like especially in the metro, if someone's holding the door for you, but like you're kind of still far.
That's the worst.
And I'm like, I didn't want to hurry up, but now I feel like I have to because I don't want to let you hang in there.
And they're awkward too, because you know what happens sometimes? You can't tell the distance fully, and you think someone's closer than they are.
Yeah.
So you go to hold it, and you're like, fuck, where are they? And you turn around, and you see they're far, and then you're like, now I've already started holding it.
Yes.
If now I just fuck off and go inside, they're gonna think like he's like, oh fuck, like so.
Yeah.
Both people are trying to appease the other one.
Yeah, but
it's the weirdest thing.
Both are annoyed.
Yeah, both are annoyed. Yeah.
But I find the best trick that I do is I'll open the door, and instead of hanging in there, I won't look behind me, and I'll just kind of push it out so it doesn't slam right behind me.
That I like. I do that too.
You know.
But then some doors are so like because of the either
metro doors are
heavy that they'll slam right back.
Yeah.
And I've actually mistakenly smacked people in the face with the door.
I've hit people that won't look. Have you ever had the situation where somebody says, "Oh, I can open my own door"?
Never.
I feel like I've seen that.
That's happened to me.
But yeah, the ladies first things. Also,
but I never say ladies first. I just hold the door, and then I have somebody. I could do it myself.
Doors,
well, then do it yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
What a bitch.
That's.
You get all kinds of people, bro, in the streets.
But one of the points that it wasn't just with holding doors. It was also, let's say, people talking, saying ladies first. It's like the man is still deciding who's speaking first. Kind of like it's pretty.
But here's the thing. In society, someone in a conversation right now, whether it's me or you, if you decide, then if you say, for example, I should speak first because ladies first, as opposed to me saying ladies first, you know what the difference is with that? The difference is that one is aggressive because you said, no, I have to talk because I'm a woman. And the other one is, because you're across from me, I'm going to have respect. I'm going to let you go ahead. It has nothing to do with man or a woman. Sometimes I'll be like, no, continue your thought.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not because I think he's a lady.
At the same time, one of you will say, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's just that there's no saying as saying ladies first. It's not like
ladies
guy
first. That was for respect, because that's old time shit, but not old timey ladies get in the kitchen. That's old timey shit. Like no, you have to be. That's a lady. You have to treat her like a lady. You know, that's a different. To me, I thought that was always the opposite. I thought that was putting women a little bit higher up. Because for a man, it's like fuck this guy's a guy, but for a woman, it's like no, you have to hold the door. For a guy, it's like fucking let him crawl. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was more of a women are viewed as you have to take care of them more. They're more important to society. Take care of them a bit.
Yeah.
But now they're shifting it around. Because that's not the same thing. Ladies first, not the same thing as go ahead, little girl. That's not the same thing.
That would be patronizing.
Yeah, that's patronizing as fuck. Yeah.
But I mean, I just think it's polite.
That's what it is. That's polite society. That's what polite society does.
I always saw it as a gentlemanly thing to do.
It's polite society.
What I mean?
That's how you treat people.
But some people don't appreciate that anymore. It's like if you go on a date with someone and the guy wants to pay, I guess some women would be offended by, or you think I can pay or what? I can hold my door. I can pay myself. Like, I don't know.
One girl, one time I remember, and it was for my birthday or whatever, she had forced me for her to pay. Like, I didn't like it at all I always had to pay. And it was just societally, the way I grew up and stuff, I found it weird to go halvesies on a date. It's not in my culture.
It's one of us pays the whole bill,
then the half
split.
Thing. But it was always me because it has nothing to do. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just culturally, the way I grew up, it was that.
Yeah.
And it's different. Like, let's say we go out with friends. If one day you want to pay and then one day I pay and then he pays, that's cool. Yeah. On a date, halvesies. I don't know how it doesn't turn women off.
Unless you're pretty turned off by the person already.
Oh yeah, that's a different.
Right. That's a different story. But
I'm a guy, and to me that's a turn off. Like, we're gonna go. Like, if I hear another guy say I'm gonna go halvesies, I'll be like, ugh, divorce him. Like, what are you doing? Halvesies. Just okay. You want her to pay or some shit? She knows she fucking pays, or you should fucking pay, but whatever.
Yeah.
But goddamn halvesies, are we joking?
Yeah.
we're going to carry the one. And who was it? I saw a guy do this. I was on a date and I saw a guy do this, argue about her paying. She should pay a bit more because he didn't eat whatever the fuck they had common. I don't remember what it was, but they had something in common. And it was on Park Avenue. It was a tartar place. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy arguing? And I was like, I can't get involved. It's none of my business. But I was like, I'm embarrassed for her. Mm-hmm. Like, people are seeing this guy argue, well, I didn't actually have that, so maybe that should be on your bill. Are you crazy? Take both fucking bills and go pay, you dipshit. What are you doing? Why is this an issue?
Yeah. No, I think it's rude.
You don't deserve to get laid if you do that. You should never have sex.
No.
Well, I used to always pay the bill, and then I don't know who it was, but it was like some girls, it was just for the free meal type of thing.
Oh, I never had that. That's pretty.
You know
funny.
what I mean?
Right.
So it happened to me twice. I was like,
oh, that's pretty. I never had that.
It happened to
People
me
tricking you
But
just for
did
food.
They,
It happened
did
to me-
they straight up tell you this?
No.
Or did you assume that's what it was?
no,
or?
I
As
assumed,
soon as the meal was over, she's like, "Oh, that was a great day." It's like
No.
it's 4:30.
I assumed from the body language, like she wasn't really into me. I was like, did this bitch just come with me just for the free meal? I was like, it's happened to me like twice.
Fuck.
But I was also very overweight at the time, maybe, I don't know.
Like, this guy knows how to eat.
Yeah.
I never had that.
So I was like, it happened to me twice. I was like, did this just happen? So I was like, it kind of.
I guess you could feel the vibe throughout the night.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I would like. It was never like I could tell right from the beginning that she wasn't really,
Right.
So I was like, but then I would realize too late.
You know what I did once? I don't remember if it was at Voga or if I went to Voga, but I do remember. What did she fucking say? It was so stupid. It was something about working out. Why is it called working out if you do it indoors? It was something. She said something so stupid that I smiled. I paid for everything, and then I paid for her to take a cab to leave. But I don't remember the details. But I remember doing it because then we were talking about it and laughing about it. It was such a stupid misunderstanding of a regular, like colloquialism, that I was so upset by it. I was, I went, I paid for everything, and then I said, "Here's, I got stuff to do. I'm paying for your cab. Just go home. I'm not driving you anywhere." Yeah, I never called her back, but I forgot what the exact it was. But I remember it was something so stupid that it made me angry. It was so dumb, like something you wouldn't even misunderstand. Like, it was just so fucking such an obvious
There's
thing.
no going back. Yeah.
There was no going back, and it was something around. I don't know if it was like, why do they call it working out when you do it indoors, or something? It should be called working in. Something. It was something to that level, because I remember it was so stupid. I was looking at it, is this bitch fucking serious?
Working out as in outside.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was I don't remember what it was exactly, but I remember it was something so stupid. I was like, I'm paying everything, and then I was like, she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, I just realized I have stuff. I was so angry that I paid for a cab, bro. I didn't even care about saving money. I paid for a cab for her to fuck off.
God damn.
Yeah, and then I stuck around at the restaurant.
That's
funny.
At least you paid for the cab. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, obviously, because I had driven her. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. You picked her up.
Yeah. I have no choice at this
You
point.
shouldn't do. You should just meet at the place. Right?
No, I like always picking people up because, first of all, I like driving, and I don't like the idea of then after, if it goes late, then I'm like, what do I do? I'm gonna leave this person here in the middle of the night. If something happens to them, then I'm a fucking asshole.
Bah.
I've always been a pickup. Even with guys, I always pick up the guys.
Oh yeah.
He knows, yeah.
Oh, you do all right.
Me, I don't like. I meet people there.
Well, I'll meet him there and stuff. But on a date, I don't know. On a date, it was always.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But you know
I'd
what?
meet people, but
For
mostly it was
me,
picking up.
I always rather meet people there, because if the first time you meet that person,
First.
I'm
First.
kind of-
I see what you mean.
Yeah. First time is different. First time is a
Yeah.
little different. Yeah.
but then I'd appreciate
A lift.
a lift.
Yeah. No, I'll always be. Yeah. First time is. But first time I would meet. Yeah. First time I meet. I don't know where they are anyway. First time you'll meet them somewhere. You'll be like, okay, let's meet here. We'll grab drinks or whatever. And then after, if it works out, then you go pick them up.
Yeah, you break the ice type.
Yeah,
of thing.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, breaking the ice, I wouldn't pick people up because I don't know them.
Yeah, I remember one time I had a date with this guy from a dating app, and I was so happy I brought my car because
It was weird?
It was so weird. Oh my god. I got there in the parking lot, and
He rides in his bicycle.
imagine no.
His mom drops him off.
Oh my god.
I'd take the bike over the mom, but anyway, so I'm sitting in my car and I text him I'm here, and then the parking lot was pretty empty, so he's like, I'm here too, I'll like meet you in front kind of thing. But I see him get out of the car, and I'm like, oh my God, he's so short.
No. Poor guy.
Like, I mean, I'm not tall. Like, I'm 5'2", right? So I'm not hard to beat kind of thing. And he's my height.
4'8".
So.
Oh no, and you know I feel bad because
fuck.
I've heard this so much.
Yeah.
Women have told me this, that their biggest thing is the height thing. Like they'll get turned immediately. They can't go back.
But I texted him that I was here, and I was like, okay, maybe he has a good personality.
Which you don't care. I already know. I've heard it from you ladies. The height thing is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me be nice, give it a try. We never know, kind of thing. So I get out of my car, and I'm walking. I'm behind him, and then I guess he sends my present. So he turns around, and then he speaks.
Oh God.
He's like, hey, how's it going?
Oh no!
Oh no! What's going on here?
Guy.
What's going on here? What is this? Is this
No.
you're like? Am I being fucking punked?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like, where are the cameras?
Is he a child?
It's not as bad as that time I went on a date with a girl that had a cleft lip. You remember that shit?
No.
You don't remember?
No, because I didn't date her.
But you didn't.
But I had told you the story.
But
numerous times.
I keep mixing up. I'm trying to think about what you told me, but I keep mixing up with that Cyclops hooker that only had one nostril.
No, that's no. But it was a girl. I had matched with this girl on Tinder.
What is a cleft lip again? That because I keep thinking of.
No, it's the lip. It's the lip that's kind of attached to the nose. It's a birth defect, but it's not. It has nothing to do with like retardation. It's literally just.
I never said that. I'm just curious about what it looks like.
But just to let you know, it's just like if you Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let me just Google it fast.
Joaquin
Here.
Phoenix had a cleft lip.
Oh, it's like a scar.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because he got it
He got the
operated. He got it
operation.
operated. You know.
But did she have pictures? Like,
Well, she would block her face on Tinder a lot. So,
that's whack.
but the girl is gorgeous. Actually, she was gorgeous, and
Oh, I see.
very to my liking. You know what I mean?
Except for the face.
Except for the cleft lip. But
Anyways.
the thing is, even the cleft lip, I didn't mind. But then she spoke like Daffy Duck,
What do you mean?
like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
you told me this.
Yeah.
Like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, and she would spit so much. So I'm there trying to enjoy a Tim Hortons sandwich. I'm just getting
Spitting on it.
Like I wanted to get spit on my dick, not on my face.
A really delicious
you took her to
sandwich.
Tim Hortons?
Huh?
You took
Oh, no,
her
Oh,
to
he
Tim
thinks
Hortons?
classy broads.
It was as a first date thing. I always go somewhere simple, so we meet up, talk a bit, and then if I like the girl,
Can I have a piece of that donut? He's just full of saliva. He's like,
But I feel bad saying this because I was actually one of the girls. She was actually super sweet.
yeah, you see, you're a
Because I
fucking
guess
mean
the cleft
person.
lip you could look
But
over. Like, it
but
could even be charming.
I can look over a
like-
lot of stuff.
The cleft lip, I could have looked over, but it was the whole.
The
It was
voice.
the combination of the cleft lip and the voice. I was like,
The voice would have did it for me. That I would have.
This
Yeah,
is
the
you know.
voice is a big thing.
Because I talk all the time, so I'm expecting to have
Yeah.
conversations with you, so I can't live a life of. I can't do that.
Yeah, you sound like you have a retainer.
I once dated a girl with a very raspy voice, but she wasn't a singer. She had a very raspy, like that, but a nice
Like
raspy.
a
voice.
nice rasp.
Yeah, it was
I
cool.
like a nice rasp.
Yeah, well, it was a good rasp.
Not
yeah.
like a crackhead raspy.
No, she didn't even smoke. She didn't even smoke. I don't know why she had a raspy voice, but it was a cool rasp.
Yeah.
I remember rasps. Because I've heard bad rasps too.
Oh yeah.
I never dated
Like a
anyone with a
smoker
Yeah, but I never
rasp,
dated anyone like
yeah.
that, but I've heard
Yeah.
bad rasps.
Oh, you know what laugh makes that? You know that raspy laugh? No. The like you remember Agamemnon in Troy, the movie Troy, the way he laughs?
No, why would I remember that very
Very
specific thing?
precise.
I don't know
Yeah.
why, but that raspy laugh that I don't know
Oh, that's
why.
not
Sounds
that's
like my
breathy.
grandfather.
Yeah, that's
breathy. Sorry, I don't know why, but that laugh makes me laugh so hard. I don't know why it gets me cracking up. All
You
the
had
time.
me at hard. Okay, so what happened with the cleft lip? She basically showed different pictures.
Oh no,
You-
she just covered her face, and then I met.
So that's
up.
how you got fooled.
Yes,
And you got fooled because all of his photos, he had like toy buildings next to him. So you're like, this guy's huge.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, that's a
But-
monster. I can't
but
wait
you
to
know
date
what?
King Kong.
But it's like, what do they expect when they, like the cleft lip or whatever it is that you're trying to hide in your pictures?
Yeah.
It's gonna be revealed
Yeah.
when you meet. So it's like, but that guy had like webcammy pictures, like really grainy.
so you couldn't tell.
That's kind of annoying. I don't know why people still in this day and age post those kinds of pictures like you would take in your webcam on your.
When you have selfies available with a cell phone that has crazy cameras now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do it because you don't want people to know that you're a midget or whatever the fuck it is.
But that's the thing. It was only his face, and like I never heard his voice, so I couldn't know.
The voice thing would have killed me.
And then I remember, like imagine he had that voice plus the.
Hey, how's it going?
But I remember.
Get the fuck out of here, mutant.
He was flying to Vegas the next day, and I was like, yes, I won't have to deal with him. He's going to Vegas anyways. He messages me from Vegas.
I'm
like, bro.
thinking about you.
I'm thinking about voice message.
You're so.
Oh my god!
I've been thinking about how tall you are.
Right now.
Why are you so tall? How do you find things that fit? How do the giants live? She's like, I'm average height. All right, okay, whatever you say, giant. Whatever you say, Bigfoot.
Oh god.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've been fooled. I've been fooled before. Not fooled, but like you go on a date with someone, you're like, oh fuck, this person's a retard. That's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm pretty sure the dates I've been on is the opposite. It's I'm the retard.
You know, but you've been tricked hard. You've been tricked as a different person. This guy, he literally had situations where he's like, fuck, this is a complete different fucking person.
Yeah.
Like he got super catfished many times.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually.
yeah?
He doesn't do his due diligence.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I personally wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I'd never.
He assumes everything on the internet is true. Now I guess he's learned, but back in the day, he's like, why would she lie? Of course Jennifer Aniston wants to come meet me for coffee.
No, I just assumed like I thought there was in the beginning. I thought there was like this common courtesy. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind posting pictures with a bit of belly because I knew like if I post like if she really liked me, she liked me for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She didn't. You know. So like.
But you have to trick her into knowing you first, and then she'll like you for you.
You know. But so I just thought it was common courtesy, and I didn't think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought.
Have you seen the show Catfish?
I've seen clips of it online. I've laughed a lot. But that show, that's for mental people. That's not like for him. That's what I saw on that show was people that get tricked into sending people money for months or years. And they're like, I have a overseas boyfriend that I've never met and I give him 10 G's a month, shit like that. Yeah. That's for crazy people that fall for this. It's the same people that fall for the scams.
90 Day Fiance too.
That I've never seen. I only got clips.
You need to watch
and that's insane apparently.
It is insane.
What show?
90 Day Fiance.
Oh yeah, with
isn't that
Big Ed?
That's mail order brides, no?
There's a meme of the
guy with the no neck.
Yeah, but I didn't see that season. I think that's the most recent one.
Okay,
those are like mail order brides and stuff, right?
It's usually women outside of basically the 90 days because when you marry someone
who's a foreigner,
they have 90 days to get their green card. But yeah, it's usually women overseas that get like there's this guy he does a cruise in the Caribbean. He stops one day in Dominican, meets this chick. He's like, I want to marry you. She's like, okay.
That's how that works.
Yeah. But the most insane one I saw was this lady from I think Nebraska or one of those states. She's a beekeeper. And she's on this beekeeping group on Facebook.
I think I've seen this.
And she meets this Turkish dude who's also a beekeeper. And they bond over that. So, whatever, talk about bees and shit. And then he flies over to meet her, but the guy doesn't speak English.
And what he's trying to say in Turkish is, I have annexed this place. This is mine. Belong to me now.
And so the way and this lady has 3 sons, like teenage sons.
Oh,
and they hate the guy.
Yeah, no shit.
And
just some random beekeeper from overseas.
Yeah. She's like, oh, it's so important for me that my son's like my future husband, blah, blah. And he's talking. He's like, he says, hi, no. And they talk over Google Translate.
That's so. How do you have a relationship?
He barely understands English also, so she has to speak to Google Translate in Turkish, and that's how they communicate.
He misunderstood. Like, I thought I come for a reality show about bees. You are my agent. I am king of Turkish bees.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna marry her. I'm gonna do what?
It's insane.
That's first of all, that you're asking for trouble. You don't even speak the same language. You're foreigners.
Yeah, I mean, how much of a connection do you have, really?
The only clips
Except
I've
for
seen of that
bees.
show was this fucking chick. She looked pretty cute, but it was obvious. Like the guy that she was with was this fucking nerd who was like, she was walking all over him. She was
Maybe-
basically banging someone else
Is that
at the
the
time.
Brazilian
Oh, no.
chick?
Was it the
Larissa?
She was banging someone
And
else. It
she's-
was pretty obvious that she was going on dates. Like she's married to him, married. He's like, yeah, I'm going with my friend. Like, I was like, oh no, you dummy. You
Poor guy.
fucking
I don't know
dummy.
if it's her, but one of the other insane cases was so this chick from Brazil, Larissa. She goes to the States to meet this guy whose name is Colt, but she calls him Colchi.
His name is Colt.
Yeah, Colt, but
Colt.
because of her accent,
Colchi.
like Colchi.
That's funny.
Yeah,
It's actually
so-
nicer than Colt, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's kind of
yeah.
funny.
And
Colchi. That's
he's
not my
like-
name.
Yeah, he's like this loser guy who lives with his mom. He's like super attached to his mom, like, like the classic computer nerd, like kind of overweight.
So she moves into the basement.
So she moves in with the mom, and it's just she's obviously using him.
So wait. He marries her,
Yeah.
and they all live together in the basement.
Yeah, well, it's not a basement. It's a house, but with the mom, yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Bro, I had
It's-
seen two of
I
them.
think the basement would have been better.
Two
But I
that,
think they got divorced.
You need a separate dwelling.
yeah, for sure. But two of them that I had seen.
So wait, was she fighting with the mom?
Yeah, all the time.
Was the mom like, this is clearly a scam?
Yeah, at first, yeah, and then they bond a little bit, and it's like, I guess she really likes my son, and
You fell for it, you dummy.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I'm going to go with my friend, the Brazilians.
Yeah.
But I had seen two that made me laugh. The first one was it was a guy that brought a Russian broad, and he pretended to be rich. He pretended to be like this
Oh,
crazy.
he pulled a Guido Grasso?
Yeah, he pulled a Guido Grasso, but like this guy pulled a next level Guido Grasso.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
Grasso
she
did
came
this?
over thinking he's rich, and he's driving a fucking Honda Civic and shit. She
Yeah, he
started
pulled a Grasso.
Yeah, she started losing her shit. She's like, I thought you can afford these. No. He's like, I can't afford it. My business isn't doing too well. But his business was a shammy business. That was the first one that made me laugh.
That's funny.
The second one that I had seen was it was an old lady from the States that went to, I think, either Brazil or Chile or one of these places, right?
She
And
met a nice young man.
She met a nice young man, and they would go back to their country. They got married. They would go back to their country for vacations and shit.
Right.
But this guy would flirt and bang other tourist broads in front of her, and he'd dance. And then she's like, and then she'd get jealous and upset. Why is he doing this to me? And then they interview the guy. Yeah, what does she expect, bro? Look at me. I'm a fucking hot as shit. I'm fucking hot as shit, bro. You think I'm not gonna bang? Look at my age too. You think I'm not gonna bang other broads? Look at her, bro. She's like 60 something, bro. And he's just ripping her, bro. But he's
Oh, is that the Jamaican dude?
yeah, I think so. But he's ripping her in broken English.
That's
No.
amazing.
He's a bit tan. He had a tan, and like he's just, but in his own language, he's saying like, and not in his own language with an accent. He's saying, "Hey, what does she expect?" You know, like that. You know,
Look at this.
bro. I saw this. I was dying of laughter, bro.
I let all this cock go to waste. It would be
But
crazy.
it's sad. Like these people are so
Yeah,
dumb.
no.
Like they actually think this 20-year-old Jamaican dude wants to marry a random chick from Ohio. Like
It's so stupid.
they just want the green card. Like obviously,
obviously.
So obvious.
yeah. I don't get what they fall for. No, I'm
It's-
different.
It's
No, you're not.
lust.
It's not lust. It's loneliness. You believe it
that's the
because you
thing.
want to believe it because
It's
you're
sad
like.
because you're probably lonely and you think you can't meet someone in America. Like it's sad.
The closest I've ever come to that was the Cuban broad.
Oh yeah, you did the same thing. You fucking
No,
idiot. Yeah,
no.
you did.
Me, it was just so like I was not expecting the sex.
He got tricked by a Cuban prostitute, and then we all told him. He's like, "No, I want to marry her." This and that. He came back from Cuba, and we're like,
No, that was a
not
joke,
gonna
bro. I
happen. No, it
wasn't
wasn't a
serious
joke.
about that.
No, it wasn't a joke. No, we've been through the tapes. Remember, because he tried to pass it off months later. That I was just kidding, but he wasn't kidding. So he was serious about it. And then I was like, "How you gonna? You don't even know this?" He was like, "No, we kept correspondence. We talk on Facebook. I'm really thinking about it, bro. She's hot. This and that. I should bring her over. We should get married." He was saying this crazy shit. And then I was telling him, bro, this is a scam. You know, she's banging other dudes, right? It's a prostitute. This is just a scam. He's like, it's not a scam. It's not a scam. I go, she's gonna ask you for money, bro. It's a scam. It's not a scam. And then one day he gets a message on Facebook. Hey, can you send me money, this and that? And it started to click. He's like, son of a bitch.
Well, you know what that was? It was like the sex was so like out of this world. I was like, I gotta bang this broad again.
But she's a prostitute.
Yeah, you just had sex with a
She knows
professional.
what she's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've banged other professionals too.
Yeah, no, well, not like she was like you banging other professionals here, right?
Yeah.
There, she was an elite level prostitute.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting it either because she seemed very timid, you know, very like shy, very reserved, you know. So and then in bed it was like the complete opposite. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like mind fucked.
This is what happens. That's what kind of power you guys have over dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The power dynamics don't work like that for women.
POP, power of pussy.
Yeah, the power dynamic is very rare that it works the other way around like that.
Yeah.
What do you
Very
mean?
rare.
Where you have such good sex with a girl where she's like, oh my God, I gotta move countries and marry this guy. It rarely happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really happens. But for guys, you hear about all the time. Like, a woman looked at me. Holy shit, I
Yeah.
should give her my house.
Yeah.
We're fucking idiots.
Thanks much.
We're so stupid.
But there was a guy actually in Cuba that was visiting. He was going to try. He married abroad there, and he built a house for her and her family and everything. And then she divorced him there, and then kicked him out of the house and everything, and crazy shit like that.
Wow.
That's rough,
So
man.
he'd go there and I'm like, so what are you doing here now? Oh, I come to do scuba diving.
Oh, what a loser. So,
And I'm like, but why don't you go elsewhere in Cuba? Why you got to come here? He's
why
like,
don't you go murder her and her family? Why don't you get your much deserved revenge, sir? I don't like that. That's why you gotta. What's the moral of this story? Avoid foreigners. Is that what you're trying to say?
no. What I'm saying is, don't allow yourself to get mind fucked.
Yeah. Mind freak.
Yeah.
You're gonna start your own show, Mind Fucked. Mind fucked.
Mind fucked. Yeah, actually, that has a nice ring to it.
Do you remember that show that would deal with people's addictions and weird stuff people would do? And they had a guy that was having sex with his car.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you remember. Thank God I could talk to someone who saw that.
My strange addiction.
I've seen
If
that
I would say it to someone, they wouldn't believe me. They would think that I'm lying.
No.
Do you remember? It was that red car, and he would get
the
under
red
it and
car
kiss it.
and like lick it and stuff.
Yeah, dude, a
Yeah.
car. This guy was fucking his car.
Yeah.
I knew a guy.
It was like, yeah, I can have girlfriends and stuff, but like my car's my wife kind of thing.
Yeah, it was very weird.
No women could come close to what the car could.
I met a guy who thinks like that with his computer tower. When I first started in video, one of the guys that I had in the Twilight Zone, one of the weirdos, but he ended up getting fired because it was right around the Dawson shooting time, and he sympathized with the Dawson shooter because he said they went to the same high school and he understood why he did it, and then he threatened to come in and shoot me one day. So I was like, "Ugh, what the fuck?" And they fired him. But before they fired him, yeah, he would come in with always short. He would dress like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would have short jean shorts all the way. They would ride really high up, and he would wear those like work boots. Like he didn't like he would wear a trench coat. I remember and it didn't match. It didn't make sense because he's wearing a trench coat, but Daisy Dukes basically. He was a fucking character. So, anyways, I remember one time he said that he would have sex with his computer tower. This guy too lived in the basement, and his mom would yell at him. Yeah, and he described it to us. He had set up his computer. This was the first time I learned that people build their own computers, by the way. It was through him. I was new to the whole thing. Like, even when I had started in video game stuff, I didn't know the tech side of it. I didn't know that you could build your own PC. I thought you had to buy a PC. Anyway, so he had cooling stuff, whatever the fuck. So he had something set up on his PC where he would bang his computer tower. And he would look at, not videos, pictures of porn. He would pay for porn photos as if it was fucking 1993. Yeah, he would pay for subscriptions.
Maybe it was OnlyFans.
Back in the day, but it was just photos, and he didn't want mail coming in because he said his mom's gonna see it and start shit, so he would have it on his computer. And then he would tell us, "Oh, women are always mean to me. They hate me, but my computer, she gets me. I understand by the sounds it makes, what it's doing, weird shit like that." I remember. So this whole thing happened, and I was the wrong person to say that to, obviously. So he's saying this, everybody's like shocked, and I'm just loading up, you know. He's telling me this whole thing. I was like, I couldn't hold it. I was like, what the fuck? And I started laughing. He's like, why are you laughing? I go, what the fuck, man? You fucking computer tower. You fucking psychopath. So
Where does he put his dick? Like,
he had a thing that because I asked the same questions. Where'd you put your dick? Where'd you do all this
I
thing?
need details.
He told me he had built a thing. He told us he had built a thing. Whatever he knew was fuck his computer tower. And I was like, don't you get cut? He's like, no, I don't fuck it where it's not supposed to be fucked. I've attached stuff to it and I fuck it like it should be fucked. And I was like, no computer tower should be fucked. That shouldn't be said ever.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Viking is what we called him. So the Viking would fuck his computer. And I remember one time my manager, this Albanian guy, nice guy, I was working a Saturday shift. And he's like, come here, I just want to ask you a question. I heard a rumor about something that was said. I just want to make sure from you, because people are saying it, but I don't trust anybody that was there, but apparently you were there, if this is true. And I go, what's up? Is it true that the Viking fucks his computer? And I was like, look, as far as I know, he said to me and everybody, yeah, he fucks his computer. This guy is ripping that computer. Dude, the guy started laughing. He's like, Jesus, that's like, we knew the guy was fucking weird, bro. Every day he's here with Daisy Dukes and a trench coat, but fuck, I didn't expect him to fuck his goddamn computer tower. So yeah, he was fucking his computer tower. And then I would make fun of him so he would hate me. But I would make fun of him like I make fun of you type of thing. Like, what are you going to do? We're going to fuck the computer tower? Because whenever he'd get mad at something, like something wasn't working, we're going to fuck it, bro. Like, so I would fuck him.
I'm still trying to figure out how. Is it a laptop so I could like close it on his dick?
There's no way it's a laptop. It's 100% a desktop.
A tower.
Yeah, because he fucked the computer tower. Because I remember him fucking his computer. I remember that happening. Yeah, it was a whole thing. And then I was not bullying him, but every time something would happen with the computer or something, I would always reference him fucking his computer. And he had a name for it. I don't remember the name. Because I remember we knew the name and we called her a whore or something like that. He would go crazy. He would go crazy. Yeah, it was as if it was his wife. He would treat it like it was like I just called his girlfriend a whore type of thing. Right. So to us, it was hilarious, right? But then the Dawson shooting had happened. And we were all, shocked. Like, this is happening not too far from here. So everyone was kind of like in shock. And then when the names came out, I remember there was a Megadeth concert time because I remember I had gone to a Megadeth concert. And then I think a few days later or whatever, he started coming out about he knew the guy. They went to the same school, some shit like that. Oh, shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, did you? And then he's like, I get him because even at my school, I get him being bullied. Like, sometimes I want to do that shit. One day I'm going to do the same thing. And then he was telling me, he's like, you fucking make fun of me because I fuck my computer tower just because you understand the kind of love I have for my tower. I'm going to fucking kill you one day. So I remember I was like, the fuck? And then people heard it. Yeah, and then they told HR, and then the HR girl was one of my friends. She's like, what happened? I heard that this guy. I go, yeah, he fucking said that. She goes, you're supposed to come to HR when somebody threatens to murder you. And when they're siding with the shooter, I go, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. She's like, yeah, we're going to get rid of him. He just threatened to kill you. And they had given his picture downstairs so that he doesn't, if ever he shows up, it was bad for the building. Yeah, it was crazy shit.
That's insane.
Yeah. And this guy would fuck his tower. And then another one of the guys that had on the team, who he was a nice guy, but he accidentally, it was during winter. We were one of the UEFA champions.
Accidentally fuck his computer.
No, he accidentally said something that he didn't want to say, and then he got embarrassed, and then I felt super bad because the conversation was like, guys are just having conversations like, oh, where's the weirdest place you fucked or whatever. He misunderstood the question, and he started, and he's like,
what is the weirdest thing you fucked?
He's like, my radiator. And then we're like, oh, fuck, you don't even look like you pick up chicks. Like, fuck, you banged a girl on a radiator? Like, did she get it? It's like, no, I fucked my radiator. And then just, that's that awkward silence before the laughs.
Yeah.
So the awkward silence, but no laughs came. Everybody just looked at me. And I was like, dude, I was about to say his name. You fucked your radiator? He's like, yeah, that was the weirdest place. He goes, I put my dick in between it, this and that, because it gets warm or whatever the fuck. And then everybody starts freaking the fuck out. Yeah, well, we had many questions. And then when he realized...
Wait, you know what I heard just now, by the way? He fucked a girl on his radiator.
No, that's what I thought. No, he fucked his radiator. So then we started pressing him. And then when he realized, he's like, I didn't hear. I thought you said what the worst thing I thought or whatever. I go, no, we said the worst place, the weirdest place or whatever. He's like, And he had to run to the bathroom. He was so embarrassed. Like, I was so embarrassed. Yeah, he's freaking out. I was like, dude, it's okay. But we're going to make fun of you like crazy. But it's like, it's cool. We're not going to call like, you didn't do anything illegal. But it's just, that's fucking crazy. Why do you do that? It's like,
be careful.
Freaking out the guy, yeah.
That hurts. That sounds like it hurts.
He didn't mention hurting himself, but he mentioned why I remember fucking the radiator. Yeah, well, anybody you asked that worked there with me that was during that time knows these kind of shit. There was also a lunch meat bandit. There was a guy who used to go around stealing people's lunch meats. Oh. But just the lunch meat.
Not the bread.
Not the bread. And then there was signs that were put up in the cafeteria, please stop stealing people's lunch meat. We're going to find the lunch meat bandit. You know how funny that is that people were trying to bite into the sandwich and there was no meat? Bro, it was the funniest fucking thing and everyone was a suspect. I remember one time I tried to investigate and I wasn't working. I put a thing on the board and I was trying to figure out who it was. Like, bro, get to work. What are you doing? I was trying to figure out who the lunch meat bandit was. It's a lot of, it was a lot of fun stuff.
I remember when I was working at Fido, we had a conversation like that. Like, where's the weirdest thing? Or what's like your fantasies and stuff like that. And then we're all like saying stuff that kind of makes sense, And then this chick's like, oh yeah, me and my husband, like we order pizza and then I ask him to come on the pizza and then we eat the pizza.
Do you see what I mean? Sometimes people aren't thinking.
I was like,
and everybody just goes quiet, right? Yeah, that's exactly what happened with him.
Like, did we hear this right? Like, what?
So you both just share his cum on pizza because we're wild.
On pizza, so it tastes like cheese and stuff. So
What the
I
fuck?
was like, yeah, well, that escalated quickly, and
That's what happened to him. But he went first, I remember. Oh, and I remember we had Thomas Edmund. Fuck, where is he? He's in Scotland. He was Scottish, I think, and he came, or Irish, Scottish, and he came and he used to work with us, and then he had to move back there. And then when I was in Europe with Milton, 2007, we met up with him in Amsterdam. Oh fuck, I have a lot of good memories of doing this. Anyways, he was one of the guys that was there, I remember, because he was like, what the fuck? With his accent. Like, what the fuck? Like, a Scottish accent. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, he was freaking out. Yeah, fuck, man. I have fond memories, yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you reminded me of something. You remember that Kazakhstani bodybuilder that married a sex doll?
Oh, yeah. What happened to him?
Yeah, he's cheating on her with an object while she's being repaired.
Why is he mentioning it? The object wouldn't have talked shit.
yeah.
Like, Yuri Tolochko from Kazakhstan married doll Margot last November after saying he fell in love when he spotted her at a
Who
nightclub.
married them?
But he had
Some other Kazakh idiot.
But he had to send her
Another
away for
doll?
repair after breaking. Jesus
He
Christ!
fucked the doll to the point where it broke.
Christmas.
Oh, he
Fuck,
fucked
no
the shit
wonder
out of that
regular
doll.
broads didn't want to bang this guy.
He's out here breaking
But hold
dolls.
on. But he revealed Margot had broken days before Christmas and had been sent away for repair. In the meantime, he posted a video on Instagram of himself touching a silver object with small ridges in nothing but his underwear.
What's the object?
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
A toaster?
Not that any of them would make sense, but I'm just curious.
And then somebody questioned him, "Hey, are you cheating on your wife?" And then Yuri replies, "Maybe. I can't stand while she's in the hospital."
Hospital. That's a doll that's getting repaired at a shop. Best Buy.
This is the object.
What's the object? It's just like a toaster.
Yeesh.
You know, it'd be funny if he gets photos from inside the repair shop. It's just 3 Indians gangbanging his wife.
This is the object.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Let me see.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, this guy's just being weird. All right, so he's fucking little things. So yeah, people apparently do that. I knew a guy who fucked. And you know what else he did? This guy, but I never got to see this. People at work saw this. So not the radiator guy, the computer guy. He used to go to. There was a laser quest on St. Catherine. Normally, children, 12 years old, go with their families and they play that. Apparently, I think Fridays after work, or he would go Saturdays. He would go to Laser Quest, and he would play against the kids. Like, he would be alone in his trench coat, and he would wear sunglasses. Like, he thought he was like Neo from the Matrix, and he would walk around trying to shoot kids like in the Laser Quest, Laser Dome, whatever the fuck it was.
That's odd.
But imagine a guy, you have your kids there at a party, and one of the competitors is an adult man with a trench coat and Daisy Dukes on, and he's wearing sunglasses, and it's dark. And you ever been inside a Laser Quest thing?
Yeah, of
It's
course,
dark.
many times as a kid.
He's wearing sunglasses, and he's like, and he's pretending he's a robot. Bro, you know how crazy that shit is, bro? Yeah, this guy.
I feel like sometimes people can't differentiate. They'll see stuff in like,
There's weirdos out there, dude. I when I started working there is when I found real weirdos, because I'd never been exposed to full on downtown weirdos, like real homeless,
Yeah.
like Park X weirdos. We had the crackheads, like at the pharmacy.
Just a regular neighborhood.
But that was
Just
crackhead.
I was
that
used
was
to
due
neighborhood
to-
crackheads. I knew how to
Yeah.
handle them, you know. But then I got into people fucking objects, people being like, "Oh yeah, I get why that guy shot up kids." Like, you get weird, like actual psychos, and you're
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" You're like,
Yeah.
"Jesus Christ, it's not a movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You're like, I thought I had weird thoughts, but then you hear people like this, you're like,
yeah,
I feel
I'm
better
pretty
about
normal.
myself.
I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm an upstanding member of society.
I had a crackhead that always wanted to bang me when I worked at the gas station. You know which crackhead? The one that that would spit on Indian people.
Yeah, she would yell. She didn't like
Yeah.
Indians. She would spit on them.
Yeah, and she always tried to bang me, and I'd give her a fake name all the time.
I don't know if that's the one with the figs. The funniest thing was Alex from.
No, it's not the one with the figs.
You know the figs one?
Yes.
The figs one's fucking hilarious. So Alex, my buddy Alex, this was in high school.
Yeah.
Because he was taking the bus. So you could take our high school, our lunch hour at Evangeline La Devecelle was pretty long. Evangeline was like an hour and a half or something. It was a long fucking lunch hour.
It was, yeah, because I had
Almost
to,
2
I had
hours, yeah,
time
because
to go
we
back
had time to
Park
take the
X.
bus, go to Park X, eat, whatever, and come back. It was pretty cool now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he'd go home. So he goes home, and one of the crackheads, I don't remember if it was on his way back to school or it was going to the house, but and we know the crackhead, like we see her around. She was trying to get him to bang. He's like, I don't want anything. So then she just started asking for money. So she's like, give me $2. And he's like, I don't have $2. And he's like, all right, give me $5.
I remember this.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't have $5. And then he's like, how about 20? He's like, why are you going up? Yeah. Why are you going up? We started at 2 and I said, no, why are you doing this? Like, do you have a bank card? You're not some kind of a bum. But go to the bank and pull out money. And I forgot. I think he smacked the figs out of her.
I have an Interact machine. I can accept your payment.
So he was freaking out, and I think he tried to smack the figs out of her hand. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And she dropped her figs and she was running away. He went crazy. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, she went from 2, he's saying no, all the way to 20.
She had figs, you know?
She was holding figs. And
you know how much figs cost though?
How much do figs cost?
They're fucking expensive.
Well, she stole those figs. So she.
I was like, if she has money to buy figs, like.
Well, that's why she needed money. She wasted her money on figs. But yeah, she dropped her figs. So basically, she started low, went high, and then when he said no to 20, she said, "Why are you being cheap? Like, you have a bank card. You're not a bum. Go pull out money." And he just lost his shit. He's like, "Get the fuck away from her."
God damn.
Yeah.
No, but I remember giving a fake name to the crackhead that always. She was like, "You're so handsome, sweetie. We should hang out," like that. I was like, yeah. She would ask me my name. I'd give her a fake name. And then...
she's disgusting, the crackhead.
And then one time I remember she got so angry at me because she went and asked around what my name was. And she's like, you lied to me. That's not your name. You lying piece of shit. I was like, oh, fuck. This is a situation.
Oh, yeah. When the crackheads talk to you like they know you.
Yeah.
Speaking of crackheads, it reminds me, did you hear about the story of Jason Berry, this Canadian dude who brought fentanyl to America?
No, explain.
I think I've heard about this.
I only know of it because I have a friend who dated him like 15 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then she told me, she's like, oh my God, he's on the news, blah, blah, blah. So I looked into it, and basically he's been a drug dealer all his life, like started with weed and coke and blah, blah, blah. And he's from Ontario. He moved to Montreal maybe 10 years ago, and then he got busted in Montreal there's like people that ratted him out, but he was an idiot. Like, that's when he was dating my friend, and
it was easy to catch him.
He's like, they moved from Ontario to here because there was too much heat in Ontario, and then he brought dealers from Ontario to Montreal. Like, just pass by my house. I'll give you your portion of whatever. Like, she's like,
that's bad business.
Yeah. So anyways, he got caught in Montreal. He did, I don't know how many years in jail. And then he started, him and another dude, they started running a fentanyl drug operation from jail with China. So China would produce the fentanyl and ship it in microwaves to America, mostly the States. So he was doing that for a while. And then the thing is, because fentanyl a couple of years ago, I guess, was so new to America.
It was killing all kinds of people.
Yeah, but 4 people died from one of the shipments that he took care of. So it's been a few years that the states are in the States. So the states are trying to get him
extradited
in the States. And
oh, shit.
Yeah. So, and that was just approved, I guess.
So he's going to the States to face trial?
So, yeah. So
he's going to get hammered.
He might be facing death row.
Well, yeah, he killed 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's, I guess, not that many fentanyl dealers or stuff. So they trace back to him. So, yeah. It's like, but at that point, it's like, you think someone's keeping your money somewhere? Like, people are definitely fucking you over. You're in jail.
Yeah.
Like, those people are not your friends. Like, they don't give a shit about you.
You're fucked.
Yeah. So why are you doing it?
Well, he thought he's going to get... You always do shit because you think you're going to get away with it.
Yeah, but you're in jail for, I think, the 3rd time. Like,
I've noticed also with people, sometimes it's desperation. You know, they're looking for like a way out type of thing.
No, but I know people that it wasn't a way out. Yeah. I know people that they just got addicted to it because it's quick money.
Addiction. Yeah, again, with the quick money.
It's hard.
So once you get a taste of it, it's hard to get out of it. But it's one thing if you're living in the free world, but now you're in jail. It's not like you get a taste of that money. So maybe he's just keeping himself busy. I don't know.
Like, I guarantee if we go back in time, I'd find a lot of strippers be like, hey, you never became a doctor like you told me.
I thought you were paying for your studies.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had been to a strip club, I was 13. 13. That's how shit the city is, bro. 13 years old, yeah.
Jeez.
I didn't go to a strip club for the longest time, and then I went.
But everyone that was with me was like
older.
You. They did. They tried to card me, and then everybody's like, come on, what do you think? We're going to be hanging out with the kid. He's like, he looks very young. He just looks young. Oh, we think we're going to be hanging out with the kid. They were all hanging out with the kid, yeah.
I had a fake
I remember freaking out. I was like,
How did that go? Actually, yeah.
It was
I
very
had a
weird. It
fake
wasn't.
ID that
It wasn't a
was
fun
6
day. It
feet.
was weird. I had my hoodie, like not my hoodie, my toque. I
Yeah.
had a toque on. I had baggy clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have a beard?
No beard.
Not even.
Clean shave, just to look. Yeah, look ridiculous. Not even clean shave. I had like a little hair here, like over my lip.
Did
Yeah.
a little,
Looked like a little
stash.
Mexican.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little early stash.
Yeah.
I had a fake ID that the girl on the ID was 6 feet tall,
That's funny.
and it worked too often, really. Like, and one time I was on Crescent, I got busted. Like, I give the dude my fake ID, and he's looking down at me, and he's like, "I'm 6 feet." I was like, "Yeah, but I was." You know what I said? I was wearing heels on the picture.
Were you wearing heels then? That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I was.
You're wearing heels with him. That's
he was still
amazing.
looking down on you.
Like,
That's
it didn't even make sense.
But yeah, you
He's like,
got
"Nice
nervous.
try." Yeah, exactly. But usually it worked. I got
Foofs
away
used to
with,
let us go in a lot with fake
Oh, but
IDs.
Foofs was a fucking.
In the beginning, we were in high school. I remember
Oh yeah, I went
with
there.
Dano.
Yeah.
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 Foofs was.
I remember one time. Oh, sorry.
Do you remember?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Foofs was insane, bro. Do you remember?
I don't know now, but back in the day, it was good.
But they had a
Mosh pit.
blowjob competition. No, not
What?
Foofs. Oh no, I'm thinking of this place in Laval. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking. I've never been to a blowjob
No.
competition. Did you win?
No,
Did you make me proud?
No,
Did you make me proud of
no,
blowjob?
it was a whole thing. That's part of the reason it had closed down. There was a place in Laval. I don't know why Foofs reminded me of this place.
Probably
I think
the
it's
name.
the
Like a
name.
strip
Yeah. No,
Had
it was
to.
a
Remember
club.
Fuzzies?
Fuzzies.
Yeah.
I've never been to that place, but
Been there,
I've
yeah.
heard of it.
This place
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
blowjob competition. With
But it
and
wasn't-
then- And then girls, it was dildos.
I've heard of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It was dildos, and if the girl could deep throat the dildo all the way, whichever girl would win
Yeah.
a thing. But and then after
That's
that,
where you go to find a wife, bro. It's just a classy rod.
but-
Yeah. There was the cages and stuff. I remember
Yeah.
the cages would go up and down. Like,
I've heard of this place. I've heard the
yeah,
name.
this
but I've
place
never been.
was.
But it was like a nightclub. I remember when I was young, the first real nightclub, not like a bar, was a dome that I went to. The dome.
the dome.
You remember the dome?
Were
you too young?
No, I was too young, but I heard of it. But I think wasn't it on like VO and the 40?
No, the dome. As far as it was Saint Catherine and Saint Laurent.
Oh, okay, that's not what I'm thinking of.
It was right across where the Belle Provence is. You're thinking of another one, but I remember dome. I remember
thinking of-
foam dome, where they would fill it up with foam inside, and it was fun, man. When I was young, going to dome. Yeah,
I remember one time I went to Foofs and like. Yeah, I was used to going to like Fuzzies and Moombas, not the
Yeah.
type of
Moombas I've been to. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then because there was like the mosh pit, and then I guess there was like a balcony, like you could look down
At the mosh pit, yeah.
at the mosh pit, but I didn't know it was a mosh pit. So I see people like
Fighting.
fighting. So I run to the security. I'm like, "Sir, there's like a fight going on."
No!
I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god, like we're gonna get hurt and stuff."
That's funny.
So embarrassing.
What did he say?
I don't remember. I was like, probably like, yeah,
Listen, dummy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember, Foofs, I remember they had like special on Saturdays. The beers were like super cheap. Was like $1 or $2.
$1.
So people would get trashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they had those promos at Fuzzies too. I remember. Oh, so trashy.
How did we all survive that stuff? Like I remember people, big fights, big drunks, big like everything was so
And
fucked up
I
back
would
then.
be so scared to go now. I feel like I became so
Soft.
scared of people like around me and like just
Mosh
I
pits
guess
are never gonna be the
paranoid,
same.
I don't know.
I remember being in the mosh pits. I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
fighting people in the mosh pits.
I
Yeah.
remember I had gone twice to Foofs, and the 2 times I got on the mosh pit. It was
I used
crazy.
to. There was a point where me and Dano like we'd go a lot. I remember. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Saturdays.
Yeah, those were intense, bro. The 2 times
But I was young. It was all you had nothing to do. You were a kid.
Yeah.
Like, that was your thing to
Yeah, but at least we had those options instead of doing fentanyl in the parks and the countryside.
That's
they
true.
do,
do. Yeah.
But I remember started going out when I was like 13 because there was I think 12 or 13 to 17-year-old nightclub in Laval.
Oh really?
Oh, there was those
Yeah.
nightclubs that they were nightclubs, but they didn't sell alcohol. They were for
Yeah, they sold
underage.
Pepsi and stuff.
Yeah.
And
But
it was
people would sneak in alcohol and weed all
oh
the time.
yeah, and you, like smoke weed and drink in the parking lot and then go outside
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. And I remember back in those days, there was I guess like grinding was really popular.
Yes. Oh my God, you brought back so many memories.
But, I don't know if it's still a thing. But I remember you'd walk in and there would be the whole wall of just dudes like leaning back on the wall, waiting for chicks to start to grind on them. And like,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I don't know. I've never been through this.
And then some girls would want to get finger blasted while they're dancing. So I remember finger blasting a few girls when that was like 16.
I'm a professional.
I was like 16. No, there was I had seen. Oh, one time I had been to one, and poor guy. There was one guy. He went with his girlfriend. And then she started sucking another dude's dick over there in the corner of the dance, because some of them were like humongous gyms. And then
that's the underage club.
Yeah, and then a bunch of dudes had created like this half circle in the corner, and they wouldn't let the other guy pass, and the other guy was freaking out.
While his girlfriend was blowing another dude.
Yeah, crazy shit.
What
like that.
the?
Why would
fuck?
they?
Huh?
What, they were just looking at him? I don't get.
No, a half circle, but like they would look outwards. So the dude was getting his dick sucked.
And then his friends were blocking the guy whose girlfriend it was sucking his dick to go.
Oh, it was his girlfriend.
Yeah, so crazy shit like that. And then there were phone parties.
Phone parties.
Phone parties.
Stuff like
that.
that.
A lot of shit went on.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Dirty
bro?
times,
I
bro.
feel like
human beings were
when
garbage.
we're young, like people are so trashy.
Yeah.
But you know what I think the difference is? I think that a lot of times you have that trashiness when you're young. You only notice when you're adult people that never escaped it, that are still trash now. That's when it's really apparent.
Or people that didn't experience that trash
and they do it later maybe.
In life.
That might be it too, because I think you're supposed to, everything's a learning lesson.
Yeah.
You're supposed to learn what's fucked up and then not do it.
Yeah.
So if you learned about the trashiness,
you're supposed to go to an underage nightclub and suck a dick in the middle of the dance floor. Like,
yeah, right, Poseidon.
And if not, you don't.
No, that chick already clearly had loose morals, because she was there with her boyfriend. He's there.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, Steve. I'm gonna suck this guy's dick.
But even
he said he's a rapper.
Even the schools we went to, like I remember, so many girls would just get rattled in the bathrooms.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, or like there was one time I went to even adult education where
adult ed was banging all the time, but I remember even high school was banging. I remember, but adult ed there was a lot of adult ed was weird.
Yeah, like between every like fucking second day during break time, you're coming like at the end, you're coming into class, but you hear some chick getting banged in the fucking bathroom.
Oh my god.
Adult ed. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you after the.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you after the program.
Yeah,
but one
crazy.
One of the hottest girls I ever met was at adult ed.
Yeah,
I'll tell you after the program.
Do I know her?
No, why would you know her?
Okay, I don't know.
But there's good opportunity chance she watches. So we'll talk about this after. Yeah. So Tats links are in the description.
Oh, people that's how we're ending it?
Yeah,
okay.
that's how we're. I
right.
think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah,
people are gonna follow you. You're still doing your fitness. I follow your fitness trend on the Instagrams.
Yes.
You gotta stop changing your goddamn handle.
I changed it like thrice.
You threw me off. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I know. I'm a newly registered yoga teacher.
Oh, it's finally official.
So it's official. I got my diploma.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So now you can teach people how to yoga.
I'll teach people how to yoga.
All right. So follow Tats if you want to yoga. And if you don't want to yoga, follow Poseidon. He does the opposite of yoging.
The potato.
He does the potato. The Poseidon69, Twitter, Instagram, and twitch.tv/theposeidon69 to watch him play video games.
I've been going live a lot more. Some funny moments with the boys.
The boys?
Yeah, very very sus lobby.
This guy right here, because of where I am on the camera.
Oh, okay.
This guy right here, follow him on Twitch. Thank you guys.